This is Mafia. His silence was bought in gold. I get it. All of us are blessed with the gift of gab. Come on. Even for a guy who doesn't talk much, this one sure does pick up some weird jobs. There's also the fact that after being shot multiple times, he still managed to single-handedly take down an entire biker gang that had kidnapped him just to steal his liver. Okay? Maybe my assessment was a bit off. But now that we've established he's far from a weakling, let us just say I'm pleasantly surprised when he doesn't hesitate to throw down with a bunch of axe-wielding bikers. As soon as they walk out of the bar with the money, they're immediately jumped by the entire gang. Now, despite the fact that they're outnumbered, the guys try to hold their ground. But it doesn't last long before our hero finds himself on the receiving end of a tire iron. Though I will say he takes that hit like a champ. But then he proceeds to kick the crap out of anyone that gets too close. But nothing could have prepared him for what was about to come. Despite having superior numbers, our heroes quickly find themselves in trouble. The biker gang is vicious, and they don't care if they get sent to jail. In the process, he accidentally knocks out one of the bikers and sends another one tumbling down a flight of stairs. Now, just as he's about to finish off the last remaining biker, reinforcements show up. But then he notices something odd about the cop. He's wearing a wire. That's when it hits him. This is an undercover cop. But why? Why would the police be involved in this mess? Well, it turns out they've been tracking the biker gang for months now. They knew something big was about to go down, so they decided to intervene. But that means this biker probably wasn't killed by the gang. Instead, he was taken out by the cops. Man, you gotta love it when the cops show up just in time to save the day. But little does he know, he's just bought himself a one-way ticket to a whole lot more trouble. Turns out the person who ordered the hit on the bikers wasn't the police. It was someone he trusted, someone he thought was his friend. But climbing down is a whole other story. That was one heck of a leap of faith. But thankfully, he manages to land on his feet and promptly disappears into the night. Now the question is, where the hell is he gonna go? Well, that's for us to know, and for you to find out in Season 2. To top it all off, his reward for saving everyone is getting arrested. That's some next-level betrayal right there. Betrayal. But seriously, who do you think is behind all this? Let me know in the comments below. Well, technically, they showed up just in time to save themselves. Dad, as always, I'll see you next time. But he won't be there for long. Not if he has anything to say about it. Once he gets himself transferred to solitary confinement, he wastes no time in making a break for it. Unfortunately, he's not exactly the most stealthy prisoner. Shout out to the guard for staying in character. Some Oscar-worthy acting right there. You know, since they were also hiding in the building, it's not their fault. They were trying to lay low. Things get so bad that one of the guys ends up taking a bullet. Finally, some backup. But then he sees something that makes him freeze. One of the officers is holding a gun. I'm not talking about a regular gun. This thing has a silencer attached to it. Our hero's mind races as he tries to figure out what's going on. Is this cop here to save them? Or is he about to get plugged? Well, it turns out he's actually there to protect them from someone else. Someone that might be targeting them now that the bikers are neutralized. Good thing he had that medical training from being a Boy Scout or whatever the hell he was doing in that armored truck. Yeah, that scene would have been a lot less awkward if they didn't decide to include it. But whatever. He doesn't care if they're a member of the gang or not. Come on, he drove an armored truck. Of course he knows where the cops are. While the others tend to the injured, our hero sneaks around to the back of the building and begins picking off the bikers one by one. Honestly, I'm surprised nobody thought to check the back of the building. I mean, common sense would suggest that the people holed up inside would try to escape through the back, right? Nope. If they get in his way, they're getting a beatdown. Come on, Nicky. Put your dukes up. You don't want to make a federal case out of this. Thankfully, his two goons show up just in time to save him from a world of hurt. But things aren't looking too good for them. The biker gang is just too much for the three of them to handle. Don't worry, this ain't the Just when things seem to be going south, reinforcements show up. These guys might not have the numbers, but they sure as hell make up for it in firepower. And I gotta hand it to M. They clear out that biker bar like it's the Wild West. Like how he ended up driving that armored truck or getting himself elected to City Hall. No, instead he just wants to crawl into a hole and die. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So now the gang is looking to make an example out of them by torturing and killing him. It's bad. This is brutal stuff. Don't worry, though. He's not going down without a fight. Oh boy. You can tell just from that look on his face, he's ready to tear some limbs off. And I don't blame him. Got his butt kicked in front of everyone he cares about. But hey, maybe she'll think he's cool for standing up to those bikers. She probably will if she ever learns what happened. Right now, she thinks he's just a normal guy who collects comic books. Normal guys don't typically beat up biker gangs. Normal guys also don't get kidnapped by said biker gang because they've pissed them off. I mean, don't look at me like that. Then again, walking into a room full of alligators while juggling stakes might not be too dangerous for someone else. It's all about perspective. What's really interesting here is watching our protagonist remain calm and collected while everyone else loses their minds. I mean, hell, he even puts on a brave face when a bike comes barreling towards him at full speed. But the moment that kid gets knocked over, you can tell he wants to snap the neck of whoever was driving that bike. I love it. That little detail shows how sensitive he is deep down. We all have to start somewhere. Besides, if he didn't drive that truck, then he wouldn't have met Nikki or saved her life from those cannibals. So there's a silver lining. Oh, yeah. You ever notice how the best mob movies always seem to have that one character that serves as the audience surrogate? The guy that has no idea what he's gotten himself involved in, but he's along for the ride anyways. This guy might be the first of his bloodline to go to college, but he's just trying to do right by his family. He got himself into a bit of hot water with them, so now he's looking for a way to pay back the 70 grand they put up for his bail. One thing leads to another, and he is sent out with a couple of other wise guys to collect on a debt. A debt that happens to belong to some bikers. Gee, I wonder what could possibly go wrong. It's not like running into a bar full of heavily tattooed men with axes is dangerous or anything. But unfortunately, it doesn't stop the plot from taking its course. The problem is, he can only handle so many guys at once, so he ends up getting overwhelmed. Now, despite the fact that they took out the entire biker gang, our hero isn't feeling too triumphant. Yeah, about that. Seems like our hero inadvertently made enemies with a biker gang while trying to collect a debt. It wasn't personal or anything. It's been weeks since the beating, and he spent every waking moment training for this. They need to get to safety and fast. And what better place than the local police station? How does he know where the nearest cops are? Turns out the back door is locked from the inside, so our hero is forced to bust through it. Still, seeing all these cops shows up brings a smile to our hero's face. Our hero isn't taking any chances. So he pulls out his gun and prepares for action. With the danger seemingly over, our hero decides to call it a night. So now our hero is sitting in jail wondering how he got himself into this mess. He makes it all the way to the roof before anyone realizes he's missing. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't write the damn thing. All I did was narrate it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to support the channel